As a judge who sits currently on the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas in the criminal division, I know all too well the problems associated with the use of cash bail, particularly in circumstances where it is being used and turns out to be punitive for nonviolent offenders and those that simply cannot pay. It is unacceptable in our society to utilize pretrial incarceration before someone has been proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt and have them sit in a jail cell awaiting trial simply because they are poor or cannot pay. It is critical that we understand that the only things that should be keeping people in jail pre-trial are when they pose a danger to a specific individual or to the community at large, or there are circumstances that show that you simply will not be able to get them to trial. Otherwise, we should not be using cash bail. We should be using non-monetary conditions of bond. If somebody has a substance abuse issue, if somebody has mental health issues, there are things that we can put in place with respect to a bond that will assist them pre-trial and that will not put them in a 6x8 jail cell where they do not belong, particularly before they've been convicted of any crime. As courts, we have to figure this out and do it quickly. Our courts have a real responsibility to utilize restorative justice and diversionary courts to take our nonviolent offenders who fall into specific categories and place them in opportunities where they are in the best position to succeed. One of the issues with diversionary courts is making sure that individuals that suffer from particular kinds of issues, whether it's substance abuse in our drug courts, whether it is mental health issues in our mental health treatment courts, whether it's veterans court, we have to be very mindful of the fact that these individuals often need second chances and they need treatment, not convictions. So one of the things that I would like to see happen in our courts is a focus on getting away from convicting individuals of felonies or misdemeanors when we are in our restorative courts or our diversionary courts. We do it with certain types of offenses, but we ought to be looking at doing it particularly with felony offenses because the stigma of a conviction can have such a debilitating effect on somebody's ability to get better and get a job and all the other things that come along with that. So it's really critical for us to look at diversionary courts not just from the diversion perspective, but from the lack of a conviction.